is we want to put 100% tariff on Tesla cars. You pick a fight with Canada, we're going to fight back.
If you force our hand, we will inflict the biggest trade blow that the United States has ever endured.
Sad punch! Sad punch! Frowny kick!
Ladies and gents, welcome back. It's only Tuesday and we're already getting hot and heavy. Judging by the intro, you can tell that we cannot be taken seriously as a country here in Canada. In fact, the U.S. is stepping in on a lot of things. They're stepping in on things that we could have had. Brian Lilly reporting that in 2023, Japan came to Canada asking to buy our LNG. That's right, our liquid natural gas. Trudeau said no. He famously said there was no business case for liquid natural gas. Well, it turns out there is a business case, and the United States is going to get all of it. On Friday, Trump announced a major deal that we could have had investment long-term in contracts. Trudeau made us weaker due to his ideology, and his ideology is rubbing off on many people. In the meantime, Trudeau's rubbing things off. He's over in France. Why the hell is Trudeau in France? If he has time to visit his boyfriend, he has time to come back to Parliament. I would humbly say so myself. Now, he's at an AI summit with other world leaders. The guy who just stepped down is flying around pro bono on our dollar, on our tax dollar, flying around the world globetrotting and being the representative of Canada. Yeah, the guy that stepped down. Yeah, just that's what it looks like to step down in Canada. But meanwhile, back at home, the idiots in the federal government are picking fights with the United States. Here we have, thanks to Mark Nixon putting this on X, Jagmeet Singh declares war on Tesla. Jagmeet, Elon is behind the 51st state plot. We must retaliate, he says.
We also want to punch back against those that are taking shots at our sovereignty. We know that the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, is a driving force behind the 51st state. So let's punch back against him. I should also mention he's not only the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, he's also the billionaire buddy of Pierre Poilievre here in Canada. We want to pick a fight with this guy because we want to take him on. I'm not going to stand back while he takes shots at our country. So our move now is we want to put 100% tariff on Tesla cars. You pick a fight with Canada, we're going to fight back. We're going to make sure Donald Trump and Elon Musk feel it. So
it's pretty clear he's picking a fight with Pierre Poilievre, and he's using this whole situation. This is disgusting, actually. The fact that they're using this tariff war, they're turning it into a trade war. It was just a case of here's sanctions, capitulate, and fix your border. But no, they wouldn't do that. They wanted to turn this into a war so that they could use it to their political advantage. Turns out it's kind of working on some people, and that's never a good sign. But here's even Chrystia Freeland getting in on this. I can't believe they got a 30-day reprieve from tariffs, says Ryan Garrettson. And this is what they're doing with it. This is purposeful sabotage. It is.
I have a message today for President Trump. If you force our hand, we will inflict the biggest trade blow that the United States has ever endured.
With the war drums and the whole thing. This is pathetic. It really is pathetic. What is Canada going to do in a trade war? Lose. Canada is going to lose in a trade war, and this is what they want to walk us right into. Now, the tariffs on steel are back, and they're 25% on all steel and aluminum that are coming in. This was just announced yesterday.
In 2018, you imposed ad valorem duties, tariffs on imports of steel at a 25% rate. Since that time, a large number of exclusions and exceptions to that tariff rule have been implemented. Because of the damage to the United States steel industry that those exceptions and exclusions have imposed, we're now, this order would reimpose that 25% ad valorem tariff rate on imports of steel, and it's presented for your signature now.
Okay. Do you understand what that means? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is the beginning of making America rich again.
Not great for Canadian steelworkers, though. Not great for places where they put together aluminum. This is not good. So what is the response from our idiots in the federal government? Go on American news and hit those war drums.
What does that fighting entail? How do you see that fighting moving forward? Is it reciprocal tariffs?
Yeah, the first step is going to be dollar for dollar retaliatory tariffs. Impose a tariff on us, we'll impose a tariff back on you. Again, no one wins in these trade wars. But this is not a fight that we wanted to pick. We were happy to continue to have a strong relationship. Donald Trump has picked this fight, so we're going to fight back. We just announced today, what I would do is put in place a 100% tariff on Tesla, directly targeting Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is proudly touting this idea of the 51st state, so let's hit back at Elon Musk. I've also said we should shut down the supply of critical minerals. Another move that directly targets Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, targeting Elon Musk and targeting Donald Trump. Jack Posobiec asking, is this the end of Trump? I don't think so. No, when you say nobody wins, in this, Canada doesn't win. Canada won't win, but this is a political thing for these guys. Now, there's actual real ramifications happening already in Canada.
GM Canada in Ingersoll, Ontario just laid off 80 of their employees with absolutely no notice. From what I'm hearing, they broke the law and are not following Ontario law in regards to announcing a layoff, and they're not even paying these people a full 2 weeks' wages, which they're entitled to legally, from what I understand. So I don't know what's going on, but if this has anything to do with the tariffs or what's going on, but a bunch of our friends just got totally blindsided and our community is really going to struggle. So hopefully we have some answers soon.
Yeah, a lot of communities around Canada are really going to struggle. And who do we get to thank? We get to thank our stupid politicians, because this could have been massively avoided. It really, really could have been by just simply negotiating. But they took the same tactic that they took with the Freedom Convoy. We don't talk to them. We don't talk at all. But there are people talking. This is Kevin O'Leary, who's talking about bringing a solution. His solution would be not to make Canada part of America, become a 51st state, but to have an economic union between the two countries. At least somebody's coming up with some sort of ideas.
The Canadians aren't going to sell the country. That's not really on the table. What is on the table that now 43% of Canadians want to explore more of? Forget all these tariffs. Let's join the two economies, become a behemoth, common currency perhaps, and then take on China. I mean, that's really what we're talking about here. We're talking about security of the North, not the 49th parallel. Unfortunately, the one fly in the ointment right now is Trudeau government collapsed. He's not there anymore. So everybody's scrambling. We're waiting for the election in 90 days when new leadership will be in place with a 4-year mandate like Trump has to negotiate all this. In the meantime, it's the premiers of provinces like Doug Ford in Ontario and Danielle Smith in Alberta that are taking all the heat and trying to negotiate this stuff because they're doing the most.
This is it. They are doing the most. And here they are. Canada's premiers to visit Washington, D.C. on February 12th, 2025. Naya Fanner still saying, apparently, or it appears that Danielle Smith wasn't a traitor after all. You can't hate Canada's government enough. Here, they're all going down. So Ontario Doug Ford, as chair council of the Federation, will lead a joint mission of Canada's premiers to Washington, D.C. on February 12th, 25. They're going to meet with the members of the new administration to try to negotiate deals. Hey, what a concept. Brian Lilley even saying tariffs came last night. Canada's premiers are heading to Washington, D.C., and so am I. This is where things are actually going to happen and where the news ought to be. So good job, Brian Lilley, for making your way down there for this. But the only guy who's really talking any sense on the federal level, well, it's the guy who's waiting for his turn to be the next prime minister, but we're all waiting behind. Pierre Poilievre promises Doge team for Canada. That's right, because we heard about global affairs and all the money that they're wasting. This is all coming to light thanks to what's happening down south with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, exposing all of the waste, fraud, and abuse that's happening in America. It's trickling up here, and we're all starting to read about it now.
All of these improvements will be funded by dramatically cutting foreign aid, most of which, or a lot of which, goes to dictators, terrorists, and global bureaucracies.
It's true. It's been said for a long time. Foreign aid is just taking poor people's money in rich countries and giving it to rich people in poor countries, or funneling it right to the politicians in said country that it was taken from.
We've got enough problems at home. We've got our own backyard to protect. We can't be sending billions of dollars to other places. Often much of it is wasted and stolen and swallowed up by bureaucracies that act against our interest. I will be bringing our money home with massive cuts to these wasteful and corrupt foreign aid grants.
That sounds right up everybody's alley. This seems like a reasonable solution moving forward, instead of the things that we're hearing out of the federal government currently, out of the rhetoric from the Liberal Party and the NDP at the moment, where they're not saying let's take care of anything to do with security. They're saying let's make our country far less secure by having a trade war with the United States that we all know we will not win. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.